Today's tale sees us playing BattleTech once again, and we're up against the X again. So it looks like the time zone that I'm queuing in has got pretty much this guy and a few others, and not much else. But today we have a bit of an interesting lineup. We have 2 Vindies and 2 Panthers. So we are just going to be jumping around. The thing is what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to end up running everything into him. I forget what... It's actually been a day since I last played this guy, so I forget what he has. I actually think I should have brought Arclight instead. I have a feeling he's the dude who pushes Arclight into the light. But what we're going to do is we're going to chill like this for a sec while we work out just what he has and whether it's going to be some LRM spam or not. I think the other day when he faced us, he had a trebuchet and some stuff, so we'll see what he's got today. But the idea is, I think I'm just going to bum rush towards them. We've got PPCs on everything. We've got some SRMs over here. These Panthers aren't going to really want to tank. It is the 15 mil bracket, so hopefully we can get away with a little bit of tank on the Panthers. I did think of doing 2 Centurions and 2 Commandos again, but I thought I would just upscale my lights here and see what we get. Oh, a Kintaro. That's going to be a little dodgy. We're probably... So this is 6 mil. This is 4 mil. He's going to have locusts for this. Yeah, he does. Okay, so what he wants to do is he really wants to brawl here, right? So what we're going to do is... I think we're going to have to put some shots in and run as best we can here. He's only got really... some LRMs up over on... He's got LRM 15s, I guess. So he's got 5 here and 10 here. So we're going to just have to scoop back with probably blockade. And we're going to need to be doing some jumping and shooting here, I think. Is how we're going to have to run this. Does anyone else have vision on this mess? I don't want to give him... It looks like we've got 1. So we can take blockade all the way back here, I think. We might try for this move over here. Just keep a bit of this in between us so he can't move this forward and shoot at us with the AC. We'll just jump out. We'll brace up. We'll have to use the 2 Vindies at the front to tank as best they can. We will try and get a lock on probably the Kintaro. I'd like to get 2 PPCs into that if I can. And then go with everything else. I don't think we're going to have much luck on that though. Be interested to see if he sense locks. No, he doesn't. So that probably moved and braced, which is fair enough.
What can I do for you?
We got to be careful with this move. I might just move. Shit, I should have paid more attention to exactly where he was. I think to about. So we can jump to probably here-ish and be safe, I think. We'll get a sense lock and we'll lob in 2 things on probably the Kintaro, and then we're going to have to book out of here. He might drop some... We only got the locust? Damn, I think we might just brace then if that's all we got. I don't want to risk a whole lot of LRMs into this. So we're going to take a first turn of a bunch of rounds here. Ooh, Kintaro, eh? A Kintaro. Luckily these locusts are pretty much dead meat. 1S, I can't remember if it has what it has here, but we should be okay. I think we will swing everybody around this way so that we've got some shots down this gully. And we should be pretty happy. He's going to just shove some rockets into this. We're okay with that. It's what I would do, right? I would suggest firing rockets or missiles into this. He's probably going to get his stuff up against this. Alright, that was a move without a brace. We could lock this and fire one of our own Panthers in, I think. Paradise, you just want to swing around too, buddy. Sadly, we didn't quite... I would have loved it if we'd made it a little bit closer, but I guess not. We're going to have to take the LRM-10 as well. He's done this in the correct order as well, so the Kintaro fires him first. The LRM-5, it doesn't matter if you hit with it, because obviously it's only 5 missiles, but then you do the LRM-10, and that'll do the big damage here. That will do the big boy damage indeed. It's a shame we didn't... Ooh, and he's got Apex on that. Okay. Interesting. Loadout. Interesting indeed. So, he's probably got trees here. So I think what we do is if he reserves in, we'll probably sense a lot. We'll jump. We've got to take trees here, I think. So we can probably jump this one back far enough for trees. Still get the Kintaro. And then I think we can move... blockade around just enough to fire down on that, and then everybody else can have a go of shooting as well. Alright, so poor old showboat here is going to have to take a few rounds. Can we get 3 bits of evasion? We'll take that. Could probably sense lock with 1. Actually, we might just take to here. So we'll jump here. We'll sensor lock this. We're going to take a bunch of rounds for it. It's not so bad, I guess. We'll shred off that evasion that he has. He'll probably brace in. He'll probably reserve in. Which means he'll have to go first with the Kintaro if he doesn't want to get shot. Otherwise, he might run his locusts up. Alright, he's going to run his locusts up. I can't remember if the 1S has, if it's the machine gun or the missile variant. I would probably take the... would I take SRMs on these? I'd probably take whatever has the most armor, right? That actually didn't move that far. So now comes the real question, is can we shoot from over here with a PPC? We can. Pretty happy for that to happen. And now if he reserves in, we get to fire anyway with the Vindy. Really, we missed. That's a bit tragic. A little bit tragic. At some point we're going to have to probably push in. I think we're going to bleed too much armor on the Panther. Or we could rotate the Panther out slowly. So now he has to decide what he wants to do with the Locust. He can't, there's no double sensor locking this turn. There's no real need to. He can pick another target if he wants, but he's only got the 1 LRM to fire around here. Alright, that's fine. What do we got here, buddy? Ooh, yeah, alright, we'll take that probably. It is direct fire, so, Can we get some movement going on? Please, not that noise. We could get a double move to here. Puts us in quite close range to this thing. But I think if he moves forward, he can't quite fire at all. Who's this? Ozone? Ozone's probably okay with getting shot at. We want to save as much as we can. We're going to have to Paradise for this, I think. He's going to have to Death Them Above, which is a little hilarious, but I think that's how we'll have to go. I just want to get this Kintaro into range where we can kind of kill it, because it's going to be the big, brutal damage dealer here. He's probably going to move his Kintaro now. It would be silly if he moved the Centurion first. I would move my Kintaro, maybe fire from over here. Alright, he's trying to avoid direct fire here. It's alright, we've got some LRM-10s for you. Well, we've got an LRM-5, right? We could probably do this. That's a pretty bad move, right? I think we just set up to jump on him next turn. Yeah, I think we just set up for the jump here. He's going to probably drop the LRM-10 over here. We get into range. How far can we jump here? So we can jump to about here from there. So if we're here, we've probably got enough range to get to about here. We can't quite move that far. Probably fairly happy to just jump in, right? I gotta be careful with this mech. I don't really want it taking a whole lot of damage just yet. So we'll set up to jump in, and then next turn we sensor lock once. We have to fire in to get some, or we could go forward. It's a little scary with this though. Just afraid of that Kantaro. I think I would like to just move and fire for this turn. We'll take the LRM-10. We'll just see if he slowly pushes into us. This has moved quite far. So we're probably not really going to hit him all that well. But we'll take it. What's he got? He's got 4. Be an LRM-10 into this probably. He's probably just trying to weaken down Showboat here. I think the idea is going to be, if we sensor lock, move, fire, he has to do both of these moves for this to work, but if we sensor lock, move and fire, then we get to go first, and we can probably, I should have gone here and death him above, just to upset the natural order. And here, he's not on that rugged terrain, at least. Alternatively, we could look at maybe getting one of these down. So if we wanted to get one of these down, we'd have to move probably the Panther first into vision range, brace, take a whole lot of shots from the Kantaro, and then do our worst to one of these. Alright, he's pushing up. He's going to push and fire, I think. We could spread out some damage onto this guy, since he's going to probably fire his LRM-10 from there. And it's going to have no evasion. Well, very little evasion. That is starting to hurt, though. Ooh, plus that? Okay, thankfully that missed. Alright. We're going to have to go for some action now, I think. He's going to reserve down. Make us go first. Yeah, I definitely think this is going to be the action round. Now, do I kill one of these or do I kill one of these? I think these are pretty much useless. I can't remember what a 1S is. There's still a bit of damage, right, for very little armor. So maybe I try and crush one of those. I'd say he's going to reserve, because he wants us to go first. I could jump forward here, have vision on everything, and then we're probably going to need to brace for this, because I think we'll take a whole lot of damage. It could be knockdown damage too, which should be super unfortunate. Nothing's in range to punch us that I think. So if we jump here, we get vision on everything. He'll double sensor lock us. And then I guess we try and get some of these little fellows down, depending on what he does. It's going to be a lot of damage onto a Panther. I don't think I'm in range for this either. I think we're going to have to do another turn of moving before we can set up well for that. We could put our other Panther forward here. Maybe we go this side and keep as far away from that Kantaro as we can. It's all a bit sticky in here. I wonder if he wants to push for this. could reserve here. He's definitely going to reserve down, I think. If I reserve, we get to do everything in real time. It's probably a little bit better. So I've got to jump here. I think this fit beats me a little on just raw damage. This is 210. This is like 110. I've only got 90, 90, and I don't know what these guys do. I think they do about 70 somethings, depending on what range, right? Because they've got some LRM-10s. They've got some light lasers, so I guess we could get in for... Maybe we just want to get into punching range, right? This is good for us, actually. This is really good for us that he's moved these. Alright, so what he wants to do is he probably wants to go with this guy. Oh, he doesn't have vision. Alright. This is kind of good for us, I guess. He really didn't need to do that. He could have just waited, right? And seen what else happens. So you can shred this down to 4 evasion. And then fire everything in. Hopefully just the brace and the evasion will keep us alive. The bad arm is this one. I think we can afford to lose that one. That's not the PPC one, right? It's not. So we just want to make sure that we take damage on this side here. If he hits us with the AC, we will fall apart here. But so be it. If he hits us with most of these things, we'll fall apart. Is this enough in here to do this? Alright, I think we do it. Everybody else, how far can you guys jump? And how far can you move? Not to the trees. I think we're going to have to take a jump turn here. Paradise should be able to jump that far though. Yeah, so he can get to the trees. How far can you move? Not to the trees. Alright, let's go. Showboat, in you go. You're going to take a bunch of damage to this arm. I'm so sorry. So up you go. We get vision over here. Because we absolutely need that vision. He'll probably come around with this, fire here. He might be even able to fire from there, actually, I think. He might have to move just a little. He'll probably move into these trees. I'd move into those trees, actually. If he moves into the trees, we can swing everyone around, fire, or we can choose these locusts. He's probably going to use this to sensor lock this. We'll check out what these are. If they're the SRM ones, I might be a little bit hurt in here. So who can see one of those and fire? Right, you can. What is it? Get out of my way. It is the SRMs. Well, those ones are actually pretty nice, right? Because if you ignore them, it's 40 damage. It's 65 damage. Wow, that's a lot. I think we'll put a round into this guy. He's got no vision back here. So we're probably okay getting to over here and firing into this. Three evasion, we get a bit closer. Next turn we can get into the trees. This is probably an okay move. Or we could go here and fire just the same, right? So I think to about here. He'll probably push forward and get vision though, which is a little scary. 3 evasion, hopefully. We just gotta hope here, I guess. Hopefully he just goes for this. Or, shit, let's do blockade first. Blockade, what have you got, buddy? So you got to there. Or here? Here's okay. So we'll fire with blockade, I guess. And then he'll have to move one of these so that we take a little bit less damage when we move in Ozone and Paradise here. Should work out nicely for us. He's trying to keep these moving to try and keep the evasion up on them. Hopefully we hit with this. So he'll have a harder time firing in his weapons by +1. He'll probably, I would go, actually I'd go with this first and then try to do maximum damage with the Kintaro. There's a lot of knockdown here, so there's, what's this? This is 8 SRMs if they all hit. Plus his 10 here. plus some AC if he hits with that. So he's probably going to go with this Centurion next, and then do max damage with this, which works out for us, right? We want to move probably these guys down forward into these trees, but they can't quite make it, so we'll take a turn of just walking. And then after this, I think we start death them aboveing. If these things don't move enough, we could probably death them above one of them straight out. I don't know how much death them above damage we can do. I always moan about death them above. I've got to stop it. I have to admit, sometimes it's the only way to do this, right? Is he having a good old think here? Alright. If he brings us in close enough, we might be able to get some... No, he's not. Alright, so he's going to fire onto this, right? So then I'm pretty happy to move these guys forward. Oof. It's a lot of damage there. He's trying to probably maybe pop an arm. Alright, I'd rather it wasn't the torso, but I guess that'll have to do. He could move forward for this. He could move forward to get the vision here and multi-shot if he wanted to bypass that brace. I think we... Do I go on the Kintaro? I really just want to go on that Kintaro, so I think everything will go on the Kintaro here. Ozone. You have 80 and 60. Paradise. You have 80 and 60, so it doesn't matter here. So I think we'll go with you first. We'll get a fair bit of evasion going on. And we'll just blast this guy. Luckily, he's fairly hot from doing that move. No vision. He could move this forward to get vision. And then that should put Paradise into range to death them above onto this. And then I guess we go from there. We'll see what happens. Alright, missing with the PPC is not so great. Not so great at all. We've got 3 evasion here. Maybe he decides to fire everything into this. Try to wipe the one mech. Then we'll try and wipe this, I think. This is definitely what needs to go. I would probably start firing with my locusts now instead of sensor locking. He's going to move up. Is he going to get vision here to multi-shot? He might multi-shot for some extra damage. I would just probably fire everything into this. Alright, here's multi-shotting here. Oh, he's multi-shotting weirdly. Alright. Is he saving heat? I don't know what he's doing here. But we'll move you up. So we do... If we death them above, I think it's about 270s. On one side. It won't be quite enough to kill this thing, but it should do a nice whack of damage, right? Plus some stability. We're gonna be really close here. I'd like to knock him. I don't think I have enough to knock him though. We're gonna need to use everything we can here to probably plow this guy as best we can. So I think everybody's got to move. I'd like to probably jump into these trees. Get into range to fire. On the Kintaro. Yeah, I think we're going to have to jump and fire here. Just see if we can do as much stability damage as we can to this Kintaro. Unsteady. So now, if he reserves... I would start shooting with some of these. I'd probably fire at this thing. Oh, I don't know, actually. I don't know what he wants to do. He can't take his move. His best bet would be to reserve here. The reason he wants to reserve here is because he needs to go first with this. Alright, so he's made a pretty big mistake there. Commander? So, I would have reserved Because now I go, he reserves, I get to go, right? Which means I can now death them above this thing onto the ground, or it'll be knocked already, which is going to be worse for him in the long run here. Gotta be aware of those SRMs. We'll probably take to the trees here. It's the best distance we can get and still have firing on this. So we'll jump in here. Stability wise, it's a little iffy. We might get knocked on Showboat, but if I can knock this down, I'll be fairly happy to just death them above this. Alright, there we go. So we'll knock down his Kentaro. Now we can fire everything into it. We probably won't kill the damn thing, but we can do a lot of damage, right? And then we can probably save our death them above for another round of trying to destroy any. He's probably got bulwark on this. I wonder if he's thinking about whether he wants to start shredding some evasion on some of these. I mean, he's coming around on the flank with the locusts, which is kind of okay. He maybe wants to shoot us in the back, but I think we're just gonna keep going this way, right? So ozone, I could get you there, or what do we do for it? No, we don't. 45s. I think we just keep going in with the PPCs and stuff. Just keep up that evasion as best we can, and then we can death them above when we need to on all of these guys. Yeah, let's do it. We'll just keep bashing this thing as best we can. Try and wear it down. How much armor are we talking here? 90. So we could... nah. He's got tree cover. There's a lot of cover going on here, but I mean, we do 50, 75, maybe 80, minus 25. You know, we're probably not going to have enough, but I think we'll be able to do a fair chunk of damage to this. Ooh, missing, not so much. That is terrible to miss there. So he'll probably, what would you do? Just brace here, I guess, and fire into this stuff. We've got full trees on most of these guys. I think he's got vision here. I'd probably fire on Paradise. Maybe I shouldn't have left Paradise out here, because he has a bit of a exposed target, right? I think he's going to try and flank around and shoot us in the back with these guys next turn, though. So that's 65 damage from these, I think. Oof, that's a lot of damage. Maybe I shouldn't ignore them. I just really want that Kentaro gone. And then we can deal with the Centurion and try and keep these things off us. We might have to do some evasive jumping here on some of these Vindicators. These two can probably... How are you looking, actually? You're pretty hot, and you're reasonably hot. Alright. I wonder if he'll get this up and run it away, or if he'll just get it up and fire. I would... what would I do here? I would maybe fire into this, shred some evasion, and then fire in with this. I would have probably have moved these guys. I said I would start shooting with them. Maybe I would actually... maybe I'd actually start sensor locking some of these lighter mechs down so that I could just shoot them freeform. I'd say he fires in everything now onto one of my mechs. The AC 10 should do a lot of damage to the Panthers. I wouldn't fire at that. I'd fire at the Panthers. He wants to get this up and fire into this, I guess. He's multi-shotting. Alright, he does like his multi-shot here. No leg damage, it's okay. So we'll just run in here, I think. Fairly happy to just run in and fire. And then next turn we will consider the old death them above here. So once again we're just going to go for the torso. Hopefully this time we actually hit with our 85s here. because that was pathetic, missing. Alright, so we might get this guy. Oh, an SRM crit. Excellent. So he's going to have a harder time hitting us with the SRM. He'll get that up, fire in everything again, I'd say. If he braces here, if he entrenches here, what we're going to do is we're going to have to death from above this. We're going to have to death from above it out of order, which is kind of annoying. But I think we're in close enough that we can just punch it. Actually, we could. No, we'll death them above. Stability will get eaten up a fair bit. We can't just let it brace here, though. We will have to go into pretty much close combat with him to get rid of that. I'd say he'll not reserve these this turn round. I think he'll fight with them. He would actually be better moving this one, firing, moving Arclight, fire. Alright, it's a bit of damage too. It's okay, that's not a... I think on that arm there's not too much stuff anyway. Ooh, don't know if I would be heating up. So the optimal move here would actually be to move Arclight, and then it would be my turn, his turn, my turn, and then his turn. So he gets to do stuff with this. But I think he's scared to give me... Oh, here we go. I did say the optimal would be to go with this first. Fire into the back here, probably. He's getting up pretty close. Lots of evasion. We're definitely just going to jump around over here, though. Oof. Alright, we can kind of tank that for a little. Alright, boys. Alright, so we need to get rid of this. I think we might just reserve, actually. I think we're just going to have to eat the stuff to our back. He'll come around with this one, shoot us in the back here. We're just going to have to eat that on Paradise, I think. And then we're going to have to just group up all of our moves on this Kintaro again. Yeah, he's just going to go all in on this guy. I mean, we could get into internals here. Not quite. Alright, so the back arm is just enough to hold these things off. So, first up, we need to get rid of this, right? I think Paradise is in first for that. Unfortunately, it puts him... we can get into this tree cover. He'll probably get this up and then brace it again, or he'll run it out. Be interesting to see what he does. We might get lucky if we manage a... we only do 55. If we manage a hit to the torso, he's gone. Alright, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to go in, get them above. It was not to be on the leg, on the torso there, but he'll probably go with this next, which then means we can... run in and punch it. He definitely doesn't want to move with this first. He wants to do this one here. Probably just turns and punches, right? Although we've got 6 bits of evasion. Man, this is the crazy thing about Angel of Death. Angel of Death really does need a workover, right? Because this is insane. Having 6 bits of evasion, no real penalty, right? I mean, I took a bit of damage to my legs, but this thing can take 5 goes of that. 5 goes indeed. So once we finish this off, I think we start working on probably this AC arm of the Centurion. I don't know, buddy.
Getting banged up real good here.
I don't think we can knock him. We might be able to, actually.
Confirm.
This is pretty dodgy. It's pretty dodgy indeed. So if we knock him, so he took 2 bars and a bit from one. He'll probably take 2 bars and a bit from another. And then he'll be on the ground. We can finish him off. Ozone's probably dead to the Centurion, maybe. We're going to have no evasion, though. I'm a little scared of this. I think this might be wasteful. I think we might be just better off moving and firing here. Let's have a look. PPC goes down quite a bit. Here, 80 and 85. I'm not going to be able to knock him. He'll probably entrench himself. If he entrenches, none of these guys are close enough. So I think we're going to have to go with the these two to break off the entrench first when he does it. I say we just keep moving around here to keep these things off us as best we can. And we go for it. Showboat, you're just going to have to risk your life out here. I should have maybe done blockade first, but showboat it is. We might get lucky with a hit to the torso. It doesn't look like it. He's probably going to go with this to brace it. At which point we can then death him above in. Fire with one of these. Maybe we'll get close to knocking it next turn, I guess. He's backing it up. Okay. Is he going to brace in the water? Whoa. Whoa, buddy. That's definitely not where I would go. All my shots to your back are just going to go through the armor here. I think I could even move for this. Yeah, right here. Alright. Well, we'll just shoot you in the back. And then blockade. How are you looking, buddy? These things are going to be on top of you, which is kind of annoying. Might have to jump blockade here a little. I guess that kind of screws us a little. Because he's got enough back armor that he could probably eat some of this stuff. But we definitely want to get onto this Kentaro. We'll shift our mech like this so that these little guys have a harder time getting around. Paradise, I guess you're going to have to go on this again. With a death them above. Do we keep heating up? I think we keep heating up. Yeah, so this is going to eat a lot, right? We need fairly much a direct hit here to the torso to go through it. Oh, you gotta be kidding with these misses. Alright, RNG, you are laughing at me somewhat. You are laughing at me. Ah, you know what? RNG is RNG. He's missed a couple of times. I think what we might do is we might jump. We could just walk and brace here, I think. We could move like this. These things are going to get around the back and hassle us a bit. How much armor we got? We got... they won't blow anything off, but they will hassle us pretty heavily. I think we shoot them in the back from like this. Can we twist a little bit? What do we got to hit him? 85. Alright. And then we can SRM him again. Come on, baby. Give it to me. There we go. Alright. So we'll SRM him with this. And try our best here. Man, we are heating up pretty badly on these mechs though. Alright, there goes an arm. Finally threw a bit there. That's pretty good for us, that ammo explosion. So RNG gave us the finger, and now it's given us the hug of life. With that, he's probably going to swing these around and shoot the back of this. Or maybe he'll keep going for ozone here. Or was it paradise? He went for paradise, right? I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, yeah, you've got back armor. As opposed to your torso armor. You're more likely to get hit in the center torso. But I think I would maybe trust in my RNG to keep me going here. Because I think if we get lucky with these guys, we might be able to kill him now. He will get a turn of these going on us. That guard's kind of annoying. I could just run in and punch. I just don't like this thing. This thing could just back up over here and shoot me in the back, I think. He could move around the back of this and shoot it. which is exactly what he's doing. He's just trying to get in a bunch of back shots here and be a bit of a pest. How hot are these things? They don't actually run that hot, do they? Ooh, we might lose an arm.
Internal structure damage. I'm here.
Let's move you like so. Ooh, you cannot quite do that, can you? Ooh, that's bad as well. We might have to just risk blockade like this, I think. And just give him up. What arm is that? That is the left arm. Okay. He'll probably move this one in and shoot us again as well. And then we're exposed to this. To get this down, I'd trade a Panther, I think. How far can we jump? It's just not enough, right? I think I'd trade a Panther for this move. If we get lucky... No, we'd have to get pretty lucky to core him out. We'll get another shot with probably Showboat. And then we'll be down to a 2 evasion. He just unleashes. I think we're going to go for it anyway. I think we need to just do what we can on this Kintaro here. So if we hit him here, we need to hit this. Ooh, man, so much armor in the way. So we need the PPC to hit here plus the SRMs. Otherwise, I guess the PPC hits here and rips that arm off. And then we've only got this torso to go. Not the leg, buddy. Not the leg. Alright, RNG has given us the finger again. Absolutely. So he'll probably get this around here maybe and shoot. I think there's a step here. But we'll just keep going on this guy as best we can. And then I guess we just swarm the Centurion with what we've got. This is an all-in brawl right here though. I do enjoy these fights a bit more. It just cracks me up when everything is just brawling away. He's going to shoot us in the side. Oh, he can get back shots. I think that's back shots, right? Yeah, it is. Alright, luckily some of that missed. He'll probably open up with this on here. I'd say blockade's gone. Which is ultimately really bad for us, but it is what it is now. So you take here, fire into the back of this guy. You're a super hot Showboat. Hopefully you can... We really need... Nah, so we can't even do it now. I guess we can take off the other arm. He's then down to a... I think he has a medium laser after that, or an SRM-6. But we'll see how we go here. Don't hit the leg. Come on. There we go. That's what we needed. That's exactly what we needed. So now our two Vindies can group up on this. This is still a lot of damage though. But we can maybe swarm this thing and try and get it down. We could even we could be mean and we could death him above this. Whatever he does here. Which might be a little bit mean, right? These things, they're going to need to be punches, I think, because that evasion is going to just hold us down. I don't think he can quite get another back shot here. I would probably just unleash on this with everything I have. He's got, well, he doesn't have huge amounts of heat, but he's got enough to fire that AC. The AC, if it hits the torso, will kill us. Would you back up? Maybe. I think we'll try and get these two into the water and firing into the back of this, depending on where he goes. If he stays there, we should be able to get some back shots. I can't believe that Kintaro tried to run and there's now just a heap in the water. Look at him relaxing there. It actually looks pretty cool. He's just smoldering. I don't know about the smoke coming out of the water, but he's just smoldering in there. We're running hot here. These will never run hot. Lucky for him. So we're going to have to probably work our way around this. Shoot this in the back. And go from there. I definitely think that Death from Above was required there to win this. Which, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should see how I go without Death from Above. Because, I think it's going to get the nerf at some point. And it's a bit of a crutch, right? To rely on that. Is he getting behind us? Okay.
Confirmed.
Yeah? I guess. The PPC's gonna suck though, isn't it? We're in the water, we've got a lot of evasion. I think that's okay for us. We could death them above, remove the evasion. Paradise, how hot are you? You're not even hot, are you? Alright, let's do this.
Engaging jump jet.
Let's go back this way. We will try not to death them above him. Got a fair bit of evasion going on. We'll shoot this guy in the back. Fairly happy. We might... could turn off the SRMs and just go PPC style. What do we need here? We need shot to go right through, right? I think we just fire in. Next turn we won't need to jump, so we shouldn't generate nearly as much heat. Alright, shooting legs. Not the way to go. Shooting legs is not the way to go.
Yes, Commander.
At all. We can jump to here. We can fire into the back of him again.
Going skyward.
Luckily this water is super nice for us. Fire and everything. I'm pretty happy for that. Please, not a leg shot again.
Target acquired. Locked.
Not a leg shot. And what do? You shoot him in the leg. Alright. He's unsteady. We might be able to get him down with some concentrated fire here. He'll probably shoot this in the back again. He's got to keep moving with these though. So he's probably got to move around here. If he just fires standing still, we'll definitely unleash into one of these. That is well and truly a target to shoot. These things will have tinfoil for armor. If he has no evasion going, they should be fairly easy shots. A PPC will just blow them apart. And that'll reduce down some damage. So, what? It was this one first, I think. So he moves this one over here. He'll get some evasion. I think we move... we'll just run blockade this way, I think. Into the water. The trees are going to do us no good. These things are always going to get behind us. So I think we just keep to the water. Keep our heat down so we can just fire everything we need to into this poor guy. And if he moves these badly, we'll just kill them. I think that's the plan. See what he does though. My plans always seem to just change as and when I see targets. I'm like, yo, a new shiny thing to shoot? Sure, I will shoot that. Look at that. These rocks. I hate these rocks. They look like they should be cover, right? This looks like you should be able to hide a mech. Well, yeah, you can hide a bit of a mech, but then suddenly you just move literally sideways, and it's so much better. I always find this map a bit difficult sometimes. This river crossing, if people set up correctly, is really hard on your mechs to get across here in one piece. He's having to think about what he wants to do though. Hopefully we don't time out here. I would love to complete this game. I'd love to see the final product here. Come on, sir. Are you reserving me? You're not braking, are you? Come on, don't brake. Alright. He didn't have his turn, which is really bad for him. We'll probably jump. What do we got here? We got 15 and 16. I think we'll jump here. We'll take to over here, make it a little bit harder for these locusts to get around the back of us. I could consider just bracing here. Let's see what we can fire. We won't fire the PPC. I know that generates the most heat. I think we just brace. I did say I didn't really want to brace, but I think that's what we'll do. Brace with you. Hopefully our opponent is okay here and not timing out on me. Because it's always, I think it's always fun if you go right to the end, right? There's always comebacks that you can get. I mean, it's a bit hard from now to get a comeback, but it's always possible. I have seen worse situations that have turned in favor, but yeah. Actually, I lie. This is blimmin' hard. What do you do here? I don't, yeah, there's no way. I mean, these might get a lucky shot on the back of some of these. You'd hope that you suddenly ammo explosion something. There's ammo in this, there's ammo in these, so you could maybe rip sides off them. RNG would literally have to smile on you to win this battle. Come on. Don't be just like AFKing here. I know I'm winning, but don't be alt-tabbing and just letting me win. Because that would be pretty sad. Pretty sad indeed. I mean, the Kintaro had to be the primary target here. This is a lot of damage. If you just leave it alone, it does 210 a turn. You cool it down, you fire it again, you cool it down, you fire it again, you rotate your guns so you only fire a couple of missiles a turn. It's just destruction on wheels here. And it will not be great. I think he might just be AFK. Sir? What are you doing? Come on. Don't do this, buddy.
Commander?
Don't do this. It's a bit sad if he's just AFKing us now. We'll fire in with the SRMs here, save a bit of heat. We'll just blow off a bit of this. We're just gearing up to really do as much as we can here. Hopefully he's not I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe you step away and you had to go do some chores or something, but how long has this been going for? 52 minutes. I guess this is the equivalent of roping in Hearthstone, right? At least in Hearthstone it's maybe a little bit quicker, but I don't know. It's gonna take me forever to get through all this stuff. 2 minutes a turn. I can do my turns in like a couple of seconds, but honestly, it's not great if your opponent's not doing anything. I mean, I've fairly much. If he's not going to do anything, it's just a automatic win, right? Because I just keep shooting this thing in the back till it's dead. These things aren't moving. I just shoot them. We'll get a focus soon, so we can just blast one of these to bits. They're just going to brace up here. He's just going to brace. This is just going to brace, but it's not going to do anything to getting shot in the back. Normally, if your opponent disconnects, it will tell you they've disconnected. Or if they get a desync or anything, it normally just breaks the game apart. So I'd say he's just stepped off, either to do something or just to BM me, I think. I don't know. I mean, if you wanted to BM, just leave, right? I would. If you had enough of the game, you just quit. There's no point in dragging it like this. You're not going to come back to this. If you had to step away for more than 5 minutes, you're not going to come back to this game and be like, well, I'm still in a survival situation here. Let me just AFK for a bit while you shoot all my mechs. But that's not what's happening here. I'm just firing everything. If he doesn't come back after this thing, I'm just going to quit, because in reality, there's nothing to be done here. Absolutely nothing to be done. All of our shots go through the back of this thing. It's pretty much dead. Yeah, there it goes. And we even ammo destroyed him. We even ammo destroyed him. Actually, you know what? We'll finish off some of these lights here, and we'll see what he's got. Pretty sure I can just run up and smush him down. We're gonna just punch these things to death. It should be relatively quick. Although, come on, sir, just don't be doing this. Actually, you know what? Stuff it. We've pretty much won. So I'm pretty happy with the setup. I'm a little sad that I had to do Paradise as a death from above, but as soon as you see something that needs to die, I mean, let's see. If I hadn't death from above, he could have probably have tanked his Kintaro in there. We would have needed to run up and punch anyway, because we can't allow the Kintaro to tank. I suppose we could have grouped up these things to fire. He definitely made a few mistakes on the turn timer here. He needed to make it so that it was his turn first. So what he needed to do was reserve in on the turn where he was moving here. If he reserved into us, it would have been the Kintaro's turn first. At which point he could have then braced it, lost all the stability damage that he had going on, and then he could have saved it from there. He would have then been able to shoot it into whatever he wanted. He wouldn't have taken so much torso damage. I don't know about running into this river either with your back. I mean, it took me a little to get through the back armor, but then you start losing arms and bits and pieces. I mean, the rest of the front of that mech was fairly healthy. I would have probably have backed up, faced to the forwards, the front, and braced, and hoped that maybe my opponent couldn't get any back shots on me, or RNG smiled on me a little. I mean, how much did he have? He had about, I think about 60 on the center torso there left. So I would have probably have, yeah, I would have probably have trusted an RNG just to save me there as best as I could, and then I don't know.
Waiting for orders.
I would have tried to get a few more shots out of the Kintaro, because you need the Kintaro to do work for you, right? You can't just let it. You can't just let it party in the water like that and die a miserable death. And then, yeah, I don't know what else I would have done in his position. But with that, we'll take a break. Tune in next time for more adventures of BattleTech. Hey guys, thanks again for watching. If you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe button or leave me a comment on anything you want to see in the future.